Hi everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some eyeshadows from Glamshop, which is a Polish indie brand. This is my second order from them, so I have ordered from them before, but they released this little camo palette and it really caught my eye, so I had to order it. So we're going to be doing some swatches of this palette as well as some of their other newer shades. So these are some of the singles. I have a couple more singles that I didn't have room for in a Z palette, but some of these are their marbled shades. You can see that. So those are newer to the brand as well. They just released like 2 or 3 days ago, so the very end of April, another like set of new eyeshadows, and they're the velvet eyeshadows, I believe is what they're calling them, and that stresses me out quite a bit because I do want them. They look gorgeous, and so far I've had really good luck with these eyeshadows, but I'm trying to minimize the amount of makeup that I buy right now, so I filled a cart and I'll come back to it at some point. We're gonna swatch everything that I have from this order today. The thing that makes these shadows special in my opinion is just how high shine all of their metallics are. They just recently changed their website so that there is like an English translate, and it makes it a little bit easier to shop, and you can, I still don't think the prices are shown in US dollars, but whatever, irrelevant. The shipping's pretty quick for it coming, you know, all the way overseas. I've been really happy with my experiences, like I said. But I also won't be able to pronounce some of these shade names, so I will do my best. I don't even know if that's true. I might just not try. Anyway, so this is the Camo palette. Aren't those gorgeous? And you can see there is one of those marble shades there. So we are going to be swatching that and doing a look. Hold on. Maybe I will try to say things. For fun, right? For fun. There's Google. Google will help me. This is going to take way too long if I try to pronounce these. So I think it's Borzgovi. It's his first gold shade. This is a mess. Okay. So the next one is Khaki. I can say that one. That's Khaki. Beautiful. And this next one is I can't even try. Gallery. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, anyway, this is the top right hand shade. I just kind of want to build it up so you can see the base and the shift. Okay, so the next one is Kozari, and this one is a little bit flakier. So this is the first one in the second row. And then Moro is the marbled shade that's dead center. And to swatch the marbled shades, I'm just sort of like pressing my finger in so you can see what that looks like, and then we'll swatch it. And so you can just see like this is a really textured shadow. But when you sort of like blend it in, you get like the full color effect. But see how high shine that is? Okay, so the next one is Caliber. This is a matte like that. Polsic, also a matte light green. Dwowdka. How did these two shades really differ? This one's a little deeper, a little grayer. And then Slabawi. I don't know. Making it up, but that's the last shade in the palette. Just a nice brown. So do you see? I think one of the things I really like about Glamshop is that when they go for a color story, they just seem to really nail it. Like this is a camo, khaki, green palette, but there's still like a versatility in depth and finish, so you can get interesting, versatile looks. But within the, like, it is a monochromatic palette, but not in the way that some monochromatic palettes are just like one note, where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get like the same look out of this palette again and again and again because it's a yellow palette or it's an orange palette. Like they give you a variety of depth and a variety of texture so that you can get versatile looks out of a 9-pan monochromatic palette. It's the best. If life had no restrictions, I would get like all of their monochromatic 9 pans. It's one of those things where, like, you know, you see ColourPop and you're like, oh, that's cool, like good price point, inspiring, whatever, accessible. And then you see something like this brand's 9 pan monochromatic shadows and you're like, oh, that's how it can be done really well. I think that's kind of why ColourPop always has a hold on me when everything's like $12 or less, but I get their products and I'm like excited when I order them, and then I get them and I'm like, but Glamshop I think is like the kind of brand that deserves the attention. Their prices still are not too inaccessible. You can quickly make a cart add up, but their stuff's really cool. Okay, so let's do the singles. The singles I will be able to show you the shade names because I still won't be able to pronounce them, but they are on the back. So this is the first one that we are going to be swatching. This is of their Turbo Glow, and the shade is Diamentowy. Will it focus? It will. Very pretty, very sparkly. Oh, okay, so this is the Diamentowy. I'm so sorry. Is one of the like older shades, like a classic shade that they had, I guess, before they started doing the English translations. This one that I'm about to swatch has both the Polish name and then the English translation underneath it. So for this one, the English translation is Patinated, which I'm apparently still struggle with as a word. That's fine. So this is that one. I'm gonna try to get all 12 of these on my arm, so I'm gonna swatch them a little closer together. Oh, I forgot about this one. This one's gonna blow your mind. Okay, so here is what the shade looks like in the little single compact, okay? Just a shade, just fine, okay? And then you swatch it. Look at it. Do you see that? So this is their shade Nude Holo. So it's like a truly holographic eyeshadow. Are you seeing that? It is a holographic eyeshadow. And they're smooth. Like, it's not scratchy or anything like that when you swatch it. They're smooth to the touch. It's the most mesmerizing thing. I don't understand it at all. I haven't used this one on my eyes yet. I've only like swatched it, and I want all of their holographic ones now. They have 9, I believe. I just was amazed by that because I ordered one thinking it's just gonna be pressed glitter, but I want to see what their pressed glitter is like. No, it is not their pressed glitter formula. They do have one. That's not their holo. That in and of itself means the brand is worth looking into, in my opinion. This one is Tombac. Thank goodness Cypress is dead asleep right now because she can't mess this up for all of us. Okay, so Tombac. I'm going to swatch the marbled shades that I have as singles last. This one is Turbo Fuchsia. Look at how vibrant that is. This one is Glistening Fumes, which I may or may not have just gotten for the name because I think that was a pretty cool name. Very like creamsicle orange yellow. Okay, so now we have some of their marbled shades. This one is Scandal. Look at it. And again, I'm just gonna I'm pressing down so that when my finger picks up, you kind of see what that marbled shade means. And then I'll swatch it and you'll get to see how the color translates. So again, this is Scandal. See? My goodness. So high shine. Next one is Narcissus. I believe like the flower. Ooh, kind of hurt my finger dragging that one. So this is Narcissus. Look at how pretty that is. Goodness gracious. Okay. Tarot. Okay, I kind of rubbed my finger in that one instead of like stamping. I got excited. So Tarot. Mirage. So that is Mirage. This one is Nightmare. Okay, so that's Nightmare. Look at that. And then it's just so interesting how it like becomes like one shade. And I think like seeing how the marble kind of becomes just one shade is really neat. Okay, and this is the last one I have. It is Alexis. Okay, so that is all of the shades that I have from this order. And you can just see how high shine, how special these shades are. I truly like, I love them. This is why I want to try those velvet ones that just came out. And then we're gonna do an eye look with the khaki palette, the Camo palette. I think that's what Moro means, is camo. Again, this is the palette that we're working with, and I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I think I definitely want to use the marble shade just because it is so unique, so I'd like to be able to showcase it. And we're gonna start with some mattes. So I'm gonna go into Baltic, the lightest matte green, and just, I didn't prime my eyes because I didn't want to, just so you know. I think this color is very nice, and it, you know, it's blending around where I want it to go really easily. I am such a fan of this brand. The other one that I want to try is the Brnovich brand. I think that one's from Belarus, but I could be incorrect because I'm saying that off of memory. But they're supposed to have similar shadows to Glamshop, so I would like to try those too. Now I'm gonna go into Dwadka, this one. Everybody's fine, but that scared the crap out of me. Going into that. The mattes are quite soft because this brush that I'm using isn't very scratchy or dense, and they're picking up quite a bit. But they just, oh. And see, something like this grungy green color, and then I'm gonna add shimmer on top. It's gonna look so good. I can't stand it. Oh my goodness. Why not? I'm gonna go into Slowsbowy. Slows. I'm sorry that I'm gonna leave that in probably, and you can hear me struggle with Polish words. Anyway, that's the dark brown that's in the lower corner. And just deepen up here. I'm gonna go back into Polsek and just sort of bring that here to blend all this together. Is that what I want it to look like? Yeah, except for the shadow that I brought all the way up there, but that's fine. Okay. All right, I'm so excited to use the shimmers. Okay. So I'm gonna go into Moro, and that is that marbled shade in the middle. It's so pretty. And we're gonna see what it looks like on the eye. I'm gonna use my finger because I wanna get like the marbled effect on my eyelid, and then I'll decide what to do after that. So I'm just kind of tapping into it the way that I was for swatches. Part of that is because it leaves some of the magic in the pan, but oh my goodness. Do you see how high shine that is? This is a MAC 242. It's just a thin flat brush. I'm gonna go into that shade a little bit more. This will give me more control about where to place it. But do you see how stinking reflective that is? Because it's just textured and sparkly and stunning, and I love it. This is a Sonia G flat definer. Very purple on one side. And I'm gonna go into this one that has kind of a flip and layer that, just because I'm really curious about how all of these are gonna look on the eye. God, this is so cool. These shadows just truly like excite me. They're just so stunning. And it sucks because now I'm like, okay, you know what? Just place the order. Just get the velvet shadows, get the other palettes, like you'll be fine. But that's not the answer. Oh, I want it to be the answer though. Because how do you look at this and not add these to your collection? Ugh. Isn't that just the prettiest? The prettiest? I love it. It's moody and so bright. Like that's the thing, is like this is a grungy green look, but because the amount of reflect in the shimmers is what it is, it's not like a dark look. Like it isn't. I love it so much. Okay, so now inner corner, I'm gonna go into what's gowy? I don't know. Anyway, this is the first shade. It's the lightest shade. We're gonna do some inner corner thing. Isn't it so pretty? I can, because I'm my own boss here, show you what I mean about this palette being versatile, even though it's monochromatic. I'm gonna go into Posek, which is the lightest green matte, and I'm gonna just do this. Okay, so here's the thing. The thing about grungy greens is that they are almost brown, which means they are almost neutrals. So you can also like use a green like that, and then from this palette, say, go into that lightest shade. Again, using my finger because I want to. And then go in with something that gives me more precision to get in here because my fingers will never get there. And that's like a very simple eye look, right? That's two shadows, and it's not too much. It's just kind of, it's almost a neutral eye, right? Like it's a little gold, a little green, a little brown because of the tones of the green. It's not too much. And then this one, while a lot, we could make this deeper and smokier, but even if we wanted to, by adding more of that darkest brown, by adding some of the darker, like the khaki shimmers, we could do that. So that's what I mean when I say like this palette has versatility because there's a variety of depth and finish. Like this is, which is what we used in the inner corner here, but this is an all over lid shade. Like it's pretty, but it's not as eye-catching as this side. It's not as textured, so it looks a little bit more everyday. The makeup you wear every day is everyday makeup, just so we're clear. But I think this one definitely has that more like, oh, I could wear that anywhere versus, you know, like, oh, maybe this is a little more like evening. I think that there is like versatility in these 9 pans, and if you're interested, definitely go look at the other ones that they have because they're awesome. So I mentioned that I hadn't put that holographic one on my eyes yet, so why don't we? Because we're here. Okay, so we're just gonna do that on our everyday eye. So that's the holographic shade on my eye. It definitely likes being pressed in. I think that gives it a little bit more shine. I love these eyeshadows so much. I love them so much. Okay, so I think that's everything for this video. I clearly, you know, this is not the first time I've tried the brand, so I have my feelings about the brand sort of all sealed up. I really enjoy their products, and I will order from them again to try new things as they come out. And then super pleased with the purchase that I made of this Camo palette and the new marble shadows and this hollow shadow. Ooh. I'm probably gonna take this eye off and match this one to go about my life right now. But I hope this was interesting, helpful, and I hope maybe you saw a brand that you hadn't seen a lot of yet. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. I also hope you check out Glamshop. I think that they're definitely worth it. And thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.